report relating to eventuality where it relates to an occurrence specified in section 48C, subsection 2, item A of B, and whereas the Minister and the Fiscal Commissioner, respectively, have received the report of the Planning Institute of Jamaica on November 24, 2025, and whereas on the 2nd of December 2025, the Minister made the Financial Administration and Audit Suspension of Fiscal Target Requirements Order 2025, and Mr. President, whereas Section 48C of the Act provides that an order made under the section shall be subject to affirmative resolution. Mr. President, and whereas it is desirable that the Financial Administration and Audit Suspension of Fiscal Target Requirements Order 2025 be affirmed by resolution. Now, therefore, Mr. President, be it resolved by the Honourable Senate as follows. 1. This resolution may be cited as the Financial Administration and Audit Suspension of Fiscal Target Requirements Order 2025 resolution, and 2. The Financial Administration and Audit Suspension of Fiscal Target Requirements Order 2025, which was laid on the table of the Senate on the 5th day of December 2025, is affirmed.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. Move to the next, and then you thank for all three together.
So, Mr. President, I beg to give notice that at the next meeting of the Senate, I will move the following notice. Whereas subsection 1G of section 41 of the Constitution of Jamaica requires a member of the Senate to vacate his seat if any firm in which he is a partner or any company of which he is a director or manager becomes a party to any contract with the government of Jamaica for or on account of the public service, or if he becomes a partner in a firm or director or manager of a company which is a party to any such contract. And whereas, Mr. President, Senator Shireen Golding Campbell is the principal attorney at Golding Campbell and Associates, which may from time to time entertain or rather enter into contracts with the government of Jamaica and its affiliated agencies. Be it resolved, Mr. President, that this Honourable Senate, pursuant to subsection 1G, item 1 of section 41 of the Constitution of Jamaica, and in recognition of her having disclosed her interest, exempt the said senator from vacating her seat for reasons as aforesaid.
For the three motions then. So give notice that at a later stage today you'll take the three motions.
Mr. President, Mr. President, I beg to give notice that at a later stage today, I will move for the suspension of standing orders to enable me to take these motions. Three motions that I've read.
Thank you very much, Minister. Questions and answers to questions? Sorry? Questions and answers to questions? Minister, you can take your seat. Motions that may be made at the commencement of public business requiring notice. Motions relating to the sitting of the Senate. Motions for leave to introduce bills. The presentation of bills without the leave of the Senate first obtained. Public business. Minister, I think you're going to do the road traffic regulation.
Mr. President, I now move for the suspension of the standing orders to enable me to take the motion, notice of which I gave earlier.
Is there any question in relation, any debate in relation to it?
No. I have none.
that you think of? Okay. You have a question? Yes. Yes, yeah, he's moving to the suspension. Yes.
We're taking the motion.
You're moving, yes, that's what you're doing. So you're moving for the suspension, the standing orders to take the notice. Those in favor? Those in favor?
Aye.
Minister.
Mr. President, the motion is really a simple one, and I'm not going to add anything to the debate. It's just straightforward to be done.
Yes. Something to say. A member may, however, have a question or something to say, and in fact, Senator Scott Marty rises to her feet and is recognized.
Yes.
Disengage your microphone, please, Minister.
Let me make it clear, Mr. President, that the opposition unreservedly supports this action on the part of the administration. But I do have some concerns, which I hope that the minister can address. Because it's done after 6 months. It can also be after 3 months. So I wanted to know whether any controls were in place to ensure that when the vehicle comes into Jamaica, that it does in fact leave, since it's a temporary suspension of duty, or will the section of the Customs Act which says that the full duty can then be imposed, is it contemplated that it will be used? I wanted to know if there's going to be any monitoring of how those vehicles which are imported is utilized, because the order specifically speaks to recovery operations or restoration support. And so I believe that there should be some mechanism where when the vehicles come in without the payment of duty, then we could monitor their use so that we know that there's no diversion. And for example, it's not to build an apartment complex. You understand where I'm going? So it has to be in the accountability model to ensure that there are people always with improper motives, but we should make sure that we close all the loopholes which exist, Mr. President. And that is my main concern, to understand. If you have not addressed it, yet, then I hope that at an appropriate time you will report to the Senate exactly what it is that you have put in place. But it's easy now for people to build apps, for people to set up all kinds of ways in which you can track. And I did note that the government has established some tracking. May I express one disappointment? The Customs Act, which is now being amended, is the 2020 Customs Act. That is because the 2025 did not come to us. Minister, passed in the House, sometime in 2024, and we're still using the old legislation. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Senator Scott Motley.
Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Scott Motley. Senator Morgan.
One person should know that. Mr. President, I rise on this particular order to just make a brief intervention, a couple observations. Mr. President, Jamaica, like many small island developing states, is susceptible to the vagaries of weather. Indeed, consequent on climate change and the increased intensity of adverse weather systems, the certainty from time to time of countries like Jamaica having the experience of a devastating hurricane will ensue. And notwithstanding our efforts to prepare and notwithstanding our own local capacity, building capacity and benefiting from the influx of support from other countries is of paramount importance as we seek to respond and manage post-disaster. And so I wish to place on record, Mr. President, the government's profound appreciation for all our international partners who have come to Jamaica's aid, who have extended considerable support, particularly persons from the NGO community, the humanitarian outfits generally, as they have helped to build capacity and enhance our ability to respond. We would have seen the United States in the early days post the passage of Hurricane Melissa making available to Jamaica Chinook helicopters, which have considerable capacity vis-a-vis the storage of food and other critical relief supplies. In terms of ground transportation, which is what the order here pertains to, ground transportation has been critically important in moving and getting relief to the constituents and indeed the parishes that have been most adversely impacted by the system. And so it is to the government's credit that we have sought in this instance to provide relief by way of this order to facilitate in a seamless way those persons who have brought units into country to facilitate our response and recovery efforts as we seek to build back even better and, importantly, provide relief to our brothers and sisters who have been hardest hit. And so, unreservedly, the government wishes to use this opportunity to thank our international partners, certainly our bilateral partners and others who have made units available to us to facilitate our recovery and restoration efforts consequent on, Mr. President, the passage of Hurricane Melissa. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Minister? Oh, sorry, Senator Brown. Thank you very much, Senator Morgan. Disengage your mic for me, please. Senator Brown.
Yeah, President, it was my intention to contribute to this. As the leader of opposition business indicated, we wholeheartedly support this thing, and I believe the agreement between Senator Gale and the leader was a one-on-one. And since Senator Morgan wishes to thank...
I was not aware of the one-on-one. I just know that we're taking a break after this.
That's fine, that's fine. It's not a criticism, just simple saying, that's why I'm getting up to speed.
You know that I'm not particularly affected by criticism, Senator Brown.
No, I don't know that. President, I too, and the opposition wishes to thank all the partners. In particular, it's not just those who provide us with helicopters. I want to thank the government and people of the beleaguered country of Venezuela for their prompt support to the people and government of Jamaica. Even though there was no photo ops with them and no governmental welcome, here is a country that has consistently come to Jamaica's aid and support. I well remember it was Hurricane Ivan when they sent a brigade to build houses and to take people from being roofless and homeless and to put into homes, into concrete homes. Some are in Olawa today. I want to thank them. I want to thank the little country of Bimsha, Barbados.
That's a Bimsha.
I want to thank St. Lucia too, but they haven't sent anything yet. They're too busy fighting you. But I want to thank Barbados for sending us a field hospital. I believe garbage trucks too. They clearly were prepared, Venezuela. Trinidad too, despite there not being an ATM. And despite all that is happening in Port-of-Spain. Despite all that is in Port-of-Spain. We want to thank them. We also want to thank the People's Republic of China. They have always said they remember those who helped dig the well. That they too who dig the well must drink from the well. So the Silken Road. And China sent us a big field hospital down in Falmouth. The Bahamas with the desalination plant in Falmouth. Ghana. And we hear that Chief Curry is to welcome, Chief Curry is to welcome Ethiopians, Ghanaians, so that the goodwill built up over decades by the government of Jamaica, the importance of the South-South relationship built by Michael Manley is paying off today. So we mustn't believe that the Hurricane Melissa is a response to any God, whether brew or otherwise. I think you'd say, President, it's an ill will that blows no good. And strangely, there are some goods coming out of Melissa, as dangerous as it was. The solidarity that the world has responded to Jamaica with. And I'm glad, Minister, when you made your presentation the other day, and I asked a question about the tents and the sleeping bags from Japan, I'm happy to say that I've now seen some photographs of the tents being put up subsequent to me asking it in the Senate. I'm not sure that the number of photographs I have seen, I'm not sure that the number of photographs I've seen match the 1,400 sleeping bags and the 300 plus tents. But
You
a
said, it
start
was
is
50,
welcome.
you said it was 50 tents. You said 1,500 sleeping
No,
bags
no,
and 50
1,400.
tents. But hear what I'm saying to you. We're dealing specifically with a particular customs order that's related to transport.
That's what I'm dealing with.
No,
But
man, you're
the
talking
Northern
about
was up
sleeping bag.
talking about
You're talking
the
about
goodness
sleeping bag and all
of
of that. now.
Chinook's helicopter. So all I'm saying, and I'm doing the same thing here. So what I'm saying, I know you need the chicken parts downstairs, but relax. What I'm saying, President, is that, and I'm ending, I'm just simply saying, I'm happy that the relief that is coming, not just the trucks to clean up things, but all the reliefs are slowly getting to the people after 1 month of sleeping in the open air,
Absolutely.
roofless. And I give thanks to all who are contributing to that, because I believe together we will do it better than you trying to do it all by yourself. May it please you.
Senator Brown, just by way of correction, the ship that you're speaking about, the Chinese Silk Road medical vessel, it's in Montego Bay, not, as you had said, Falmouth. It's in Montego Bay, no, sir? No, Montego Bay, to come to Kingston, to come to Kingston. To come to Kingston, I think, one day, next 3 days of next week. Yes. So thank you very much. Minister?
Mr. President,
Senator Fitzhenley, might not put you around back to the back there to prevent Senator Brown from troubling you.
I will convey the issue of the duty that was raised by the leader of opposition business in the Senate and the new Customs Act that we're looking at. Mr. President, I think it would be good.
Yeah, what the Senator was asking was, I guess you'll appraise her of that. What sort of control mechanism you have for the vehicles?
And I will take it to responsible ministers.
Thank you.
And come back.
Thank you.
Because I can't answer those issues. It's a Customs Act. It's a Customs Act. I just want to be as big as you are. I just want to be as big as you are.
No, you don't want to be.
Mr. President,
so you're moving now.
is the time of the day when we should look to take a...
No, it's the time for you to ask me to put the notice motion for approval.
For it to be affirmed?
Yes. Thank you
Can-
very much.
Can you kindly
I
do
will
that,
do
Mr.
so.
President? Thank you.
The question is that the motion so ably put by the minister and supported by the various contributions, notice of which the minister gave earlier, be approved. Those in favor? Against? Now, consequent upon agreement between Senator Gale and Senator Scott Motter, we're going to take an adjournment. It's subject to me to both of you determine a length of time. No, 30 minutes not going to work. 30 minutes can work. 45 minutes. So 45 minutes would put us at what? Mathematical genius. 45 minutes would put us at what? 45 minutes is what? 2:30? No, Senator Ferguson, sit down. You can't be jumping up. You, Mr. Gale, and you, Mr. Morgan. The Senate will now rise until 2:30 to permit the members of the Senate and the staff of the House to refresh themselves. The Senate now rises.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44, a complete AI creation platform. Describe what you want, and watch it take shape. You can plan, customize, and expand in any direction. From tools built for one, to platforms ready for many. From passion projects to enterprise-grade systems. Everything is built in and ready to launch. It's a new world of creation, where you can go as far as your imagination takes you. Can you imagine it? Let's make your dream a reality right now.